Here's a little overview of the front yard garden at my parents' place. A little food forest. Um, Starting from the biggest, this is a crabapple, flowering crabapple tree that's been there for probably 20 years. The one tree that was here. I might be able to try to graft some apple onto that tree, maybe this winter. And to the southeast is this large linden tree that hasn't leafed out more than this one branch this year. So that has released a lot of sunlight because this is southwest. It used to be only this much sun for this part of the garden, but now there's more like almost full sun to all these other plants over here. And so what I've got here is a jostaberry plant with some ripening berries. It's a cross between blackcurrant and gooseberry. Oops, that cluster just fell off way too easily. Being a bit premature, but looking for some ripe fruit. There. Yummy. That's a jostaberry. Here is a goumi berry, which is already fruited. I put in the ground last year. It's a nitrogen fixing shrub. Can't remember the variety. This is either red gem or scarlet, with very delicious, healthy fruit. High in lycopene, as people say. This is a haskap bush. Second year in the ground. It has a bit of fruit, but they haven't really ripened. And there's like a little caterpillar on there. That's one of 3 haskaps that I put in the ground last year. The other 2 haskaps are here. One of these is Aurora, which has very large berries. I think they only had a couple this year. Second season in the ground. Multi-stemmed shrub that I can stool layer by mounding extra soil and leaves around the base of the new branches. They will each form their own roots, and that means next year I'll be able to divide out plants and share them with friends, spread them to other gardens. This is the other haskap that also fruited this year. Same idea, I can do more layering. And right next to this haskap is a second year in the ground, but I guess this is the 3rd season of growth for this pawpaw tree. It's pawpaw seedling I got from my friend Josh, who grows them from seed. So I planted these little sticks last spring, and they leafed out last year. They stayed about this high. And then it's put on a bunch of like 8 inches of new growth this year so far. I had it under a shade cloth up until a few weeks ago. Do some weeding while I'm here. And its pollination partner is over here, kind of under the crabapple tree. And it was growing a bit more slowly, but it's doing pretty well. Another seedling pawpaw. And I planted it right onto the ground, which was all overgrown violet and grasses. I used a cardboard mulch that is breaking down pretty nicely, and leaves to suppress the weeds, so there's been minimal weeding necessary, and I'm about to put some more leaves on there. This is the other goumi berry. Pollination partner, nitrogen fixer. And over here is a nanking cherry that's about 6 feet tall now. It has 2 others in the backyard. I'm not sure if they're able to cross-pollinate from across that distance. Kind of through that narrow gap there. There's 2 more nanking cherries back there, but we'll see how that goes. And then finally there's 2 more haskaps that I got this spring on clearance from Whiffletree that are leafing out well, establishing well. The 3rd one that I planted didn't do well. I'm not sure why. And yeah, there's a lovage plant back there. It's like a kind of perennial celery.
And these are some crabapple or apple seedlings that have just popped up that I'm just letting them grow. Maybe I'll try some grafting experiments. And that is the front yard garden.